Brandon, you guys played Arkansas pretty tough, ended up losing the series, but, they were the number one team and all. What's just the mood of the team going into this series, back on the road, against an Ole Miss team that's been scuffling lately, but can still hit the ball pretty well?
Right. Yeah. I mean, obviously, we thought we competed well all weekend against Arkansas. That's kind of our MO every time we go into a weekend. So going into Ole Miss, we know it's, a fun atmosphere. It's going to be a pretty packed house. So, we're just going to be ready to compete each day. And that's all you can really do. Every SEC series is going to be tough. So we're just going to compete our butts off and see what we can do.
Tom?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they are, if not at full capacity, near it. Is this the most opposing fans you'll play in front of since probably when?
Yeah, I mean, probably ever for me personally. Yeah, I can't really think of. I mean, the biggest crowd that I've seen was, last weekend maybe against Arkansas. So that was really cool. But yeah, it'll be really exciting. The atmosphere is fun. Obviously, it'll be pretty hectic, but like you can't really be too high or too low with those fans yelling or, being quiet. You just kind of got to ride the wave and compete. So.
And how would you kind of evaluate your performance over the last maybe couple weeks, and what kind of challenge is it personally for you to go up against an offense that likes to hit for some power in their park?
Yeah, I mean, the few weeks I feel like, I've competed well, but obviously I need to get in the strike zone a little bit more. It comes and goes in that kind of aspect. So we'll see. I should be good this weekend. I'm ready to rock. And, obviously Ole Miss is going to be tough too. So it's just another weekend in the SEC, and you gotta be really ready to compete each week. So it's kind of how we've been going as a staff.
John?
I'm not sure how deep a dive you've taken into the Ole Miss scouting report yet, or if that's on the plane flight over. But what do you notice about this team offensively? They're leading the team or the league in average by a lot of points and stolen some bases, but also a lot of power.
Right. Yeah. Obviously, yeah. I haven't gotten to the scouting report yet, but obviously I've seen Ole Miss play a few times. I think they're obviously very talented. Their lineup's pretty good. Adds, kind of like Arkansas, quite a few lefties at you. So that'll be another good challenge for us. And, I think we'll be ready to go. Obviously our bullpen's, pretty high caliber, and me, Sanders, and Farr will be ready to go too. So, just another really good team in the SEC that can hit. And so you just got to really be ready to compete for the weekend.
Tom?
Brandon, you kind of mentioned earlier not living in the zone, and maybe it comes and it goes. Have you been able to pinpoint a reason for that, or been able to tweak some things maybe mechanically that can help you maybe throw some more strikes that you'd like to see happen?
Yeah, I think it's just honestly, it's more mental. It's just more about being in attack mode compared to, nibbling on the corners and that kind of thing. As far as like it comes and it goes, normally I'm in control of myself for the most part in every part of the game. I feel really calm and collected ever since, we started really the first 2 weeks. And SEC plays a little bit more, high caliber, and the tensions are a little bit more high, but yeah, I feel more in control than I have, recently and in the past. So we'll be good.
Okay.
Brandon, have any of the older guys on the team, or have you guys heard about, what the fans like to do down at Ole Miss? They're pretty interactive during games, like, throwing fly balls, not during the game, but, to the outfielders, all that kind of stuff, talking with them.
Yeah. Obviously we know, when the most popular thing I think down there is probably the beer shower when you give up a home run or something. So obviously, yeah, that atmosphere is great. So it'll be really exciting. We're really looking forward to it. And, but yeah, we've heard a lot about them. So we know they got some good fans down there.